Hey, Captains, welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel. I'm glad that you're here. So, let me ask you a question. Are you sending out your resume, but you're not getting any callbacks? That is so frustrating. And you may not even understand why are they not calling me back. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some common mistakes that people make on their resume that's keeping you from going in the yes pile. I'm Barbara Mason. I'm the HR Insider. And in each video, I give you workplace tips on how to navigate your career and all that goes with it. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I know a thing or two when it comes to how to navigate your career. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. I want to tell you about the 5 common mistakes I see on most resumes. And keep in mind, I've seen thousands of resumes. Number 1 mistake I see is spelling. Yes, people still don't know how to spell. Well, I think they know how to spell. I think they're just not checking. Okay, so listen up if you've ever gotten that feedback. So when it comes to spelling, I want you to knock this out of the park because this is something so easy for you to fix. Number 1, look over it and proof it before you send it. Number 2, get somebody else to proof it because sometimes if you've worked on it, then it all starts to look the same and you may not catch the little misspelled words or the nuances or the grammar that's not correct, okay? And then number 3, use a tool like Grammarly to help you proof your resume. So doing just those 3 little things will help you when it comes to spelling. Also, the grammar piece. This is really picked up a lot by Grammarly or having someone else look at it. What do I mean by grammar? I mean using maybe the incorrect word. So the word is spelled correctly, but it's not the right word for what you're trying to say. For example, there, T-H-E-R-E, versus there, T-H-E-I-R. Making some of those minute, simple mistakes gives the impression that you're not detail oriented, that you didn't take time to proof or read it. And those things may not be true about you, but the perception lies with the power of the hiring manager. So make sure that your spelling and your grammar is on point. The next thing I see as a mistake is the format of the resume. First, you need to determine what type of resume are you doing. Are you doing a functional resume? Are you doing a chronological resume? Or are you doing a combination? If you didn't even know that there were 3 different kinds of resumes, then put a comment below and maybe I'll do a video on it just for you if you have a question about that. But first, pick the type of resume. Second, pick a really good resume template that is going to help you. Instead of starting from scratch with a blank Word document, get you a resume template. It's going to tell you where everything goes, but get one that has a nice, clean, modern, and updated look. Do not use a generic one from Microsoft Word that everybody has, okay? So invest when I say a few dollars, we're talking less than $10 on a beautiful resume template. So that way it'll help you with the formatting. The other mistakes on formatting is sometimes when you're not using a resume template and you're doing it ad hoc, your margins are off. There are guidelines for your margins for your side and your top or bottom. Those guidelines are put in place because you want your resume to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye, i.e., it needs to look good, okay? So making sure that you don't have text going all the way or too far in. It should be a 1-inch margin all the way around your resume. Trust me, the way your resume looks, we haven't gotten to the part of how it reads, but how it looks visually to the eye, it matters, okay? It matters. So make sure that your format is on point. The next thing that I see is having your resume in the wrong order. Yes, there is an order on how your resume should be laid out. your professional summary, then it should be your work experience, not your education. Unless you are a high school or college student, you should not lead with your education. You should lead with your work experience. So make sure that the order of your resume is correct. Recruiters and hiring managers are looking at resumes all day, every day. So they know and have a general flow of how the resume should look. Don't make your recruiter work for it. Don't put stuff on the front page that's supposed to be on the back page. Okay? So make sure you have the right format for your resume. Next is relevance. That's a huge mistake that I see on a lot of resumes, meaning they just put the same resume for every job they apply for. They just attach and attach again and attach again. Your resume has to be relevant for the job you're applying for. That means look at the job description. The job description is your roadmap. Look at what it's asking you for. Look at what are the skills that it really, really needs, and make sure that on your resume you have those things highlighted in prominent places. Your skills list, your professional summary, and your work experience are all prime real estate on your resume. So if they need someone who has managed large financial accounts and you have that, make sure that that is easy to pick up on your resume. If the next job is looking for someone who has done international work and you've done tons of that, make sure that that's highlighted near the top of your resume. Versus the previous job I talked about, they may not be looking for international. So maybe you take that bullet off because it's not applicable or relevant for that particular job. You should have a base resume, a resume that you're really proud of, and then you just tweak and edit depending on the job that you apply for. That shouldn't take you no more than 20 or 30 minutes every time you apply for a job. It's just moving things around. It's adding stuff. It's deleting. Say, oh, they want this. Let me put a bullet about that and take this one off. Okay? So that's how you make your resume relevant. Okay? Relevance is key. The last mistake that I see a lot is the job description method. That means a lot of you are taking your job description that you got when you were hired and taking those tasks and duties and you're putting that on your resume under your work experience. Wrong. Your work experience is the cream de la cream of your resume, okay? That means it's what's most important. That's what gets you in the yes pile. And so this particular section under work experience needs to be results based, meaning your bullets should be all about your results, not about your job duties. There is a difference. Next, that section should be in bullets. You should not have paragraphs without bullets in this section. Why? Because they're not going to read it. They don't have time to read it. So make sure it's in bullets in the work experience, and make sure that your work experience is results based and not just a laundry list of your job duties and tasks. Those are the common things that I see as mistakes on resumes. But you know what? Those things are easily fixable. They're easily fixable. So if you just take inventory and fix those 5 things, you will transform your resume. I would love to know, what questions do you have? Put your questions down below or your comments. If you like this information, say so, and I'll do more videos on this topic. And don't forget, you gotta subscribe. If you want to know all about how to navigate your career, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. Until next time, expect greater.